Hope you guys are all okay with this being made in the laundry room, tight on time. I was putting together a song and I was trying to come up with a solo, and I just struggled too much with it. And I'm like, I feel like maybe I should go back, break some old habits, retrain the way I play guitar. It's time to level up, I thought. And along comes in my Facebook feed the Infinite Shred Method by Mumm. So I got it. And the workbooks were in PDF format. I printed them all out, put it in this corny looking binder thing. So I got that, and I got all the exercises put out in order. Pretty awesome, really great material, and I am not making the mistake that I used to make, or when I was younger, I was pretty arrogant and I thought I was like the best player ever. And there's an extra sheet that I didn't need in there. I hit a plateau because I just thought I was all that, and I wasn't all that. I was actually pretty sloppy and bad, and I played that way for years and just got stuck because I was too arrogant to turn and face my problems. And now that I'm 31 now, more mature, I can say, you know what? When I want to do it right, I want to do it right. I'm just going to stare the problem in the face. I'm going to go back. I'm going to break my bad habits. And this has been really great for me so far. So I've been doing about 3 exercises at a time. I'm starting the metronome at like 100 BPM. Some with like triplets and others not so. I do like 8/16 time because that's how I like to write music. And some of these are, the quarter bass notes, like 4s, and others are in 3s. And one of the habits that's already broken with the first exercise, he teaches you half steps and whole steps, and I took it, and it's like, I want to get the most out of it. Every exercise, no matter how simple they seem, there's a part of my brain that says, dude, you're too advanced for this. And I told it, you know what, shut up, because I want to do this start to finish, not skip anything, get the most out of every exercise. So I fixed my left and right hand syncing with the first one, and did whole half step, whole step, and then I added in this. So I kind of built on. But if you do this, it actually fits triplet notes, and I worked this up to 200 BPM, 8/16 timing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And I just worked on keeping my right hand alternate picking in sync with the left. And I really, really, really took it to heart, focused on it, took my right hand and made sure that I was doing as light of a pick as possible, so I'm not doing big, huge, dramatic picking motions like I used to, and keep it small, sweet, simple, so it hits the note just hard enough with the very tip of the pick. Because when you start cruising, you don't have time for tons of movement and for your whole arm to flex up and be like you don't get that. And, you know, I just wanted to break that and not tremolo pick through everything, but actually try to hit every single note and let my hands communicate with each other. And just that simple exercise brings that in before you start advancing into where he's teaching you about scales like the G major. Well, that sounded a little wonky, but I don't know if you heard that. This is totally unplugged. I practice unplugged. But that was a little run. It's an exercise further up where he shows you how all the patterns work and gets you to exercise the patterns. It's been pretty awesome. And then for sweep picking, I've been really bad with sweep picking. The top three, like all the way over here, and the sweep picking thing, I put that in the back of the book. That's like an extra thing to top off the shred method. And in it, he has major, minor, and diminished chords. And then I thought, that's all I need. Like, I don't need a whole sweep picking compendium. Like, I've never been good at sweep picking because I'd always rush it, go too fast, go too sloppy. And even though it hurt my ego, I had to slow it down to, like, I think 60 BPM and just really try to get my right hand to talk. And I would just mute the strings like he has in his first exercises, which I'm still on. I haven't moved to the chords, but just and I'm trying to keep the pick steady, sweep it back and forth, firm pinch on the pick, but not, like using my whole arm on it. Just nice controlled movements that are in time. And I had to work that up with a metronome too, and I forgot where I got the exercises to, but he has you do it with the first four, then the 5 string. And I made an alternate version because I never play in 5/4 time like he has the exercise, but yeah, it just builds in complexity. So I really wanted to get good at this. So you got to go back to your roots, build strong roots, and then build it from there. I'm pretty sure when I'm done with all this, I will never look back because I really appreciate it. It's really awesome. And I'm having a good time with it so far. So this was Lick of the Week. I know it's unusual because I'm showing just guitar exercises. That's about all I have time for every day is the practice. Because the content I want to make, which is homebrew death metal, requires you to practice consistently. But that's all I have time for is to practice and be good. And then I won't hit into that wall where when I do try to make the content I want, it's not sloppy and out of control and requiring me to do take after take just to make a song. And as far as my music life, this is what I've been up to, and it's really awesome. And I would recommend this, especially if your initial reaction when you see shredding or sweep picking is like this kind of like this like you just hate it, and then you start like, well, I want to play like Dave Gilmore and Pink Floyd. Well, you don't have any expression. Well, you don't have shredding's for 14-year-old boys that thinks it's an athletic sport, and if you start doing that, I'd say that's a really good sign that you should buy it and practice it, because you got issues. I think you want to shred. I think that's the thing. I never liked those anyways. I've always wanted to be an awesome shredder. And I hit the point where it's like, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm a mediocre guitarist. I'm going to admit that. I've been playing for 17 years now, since I was 14, and I still haven't really truly mastered this thing. I just fantasize or pretend or imagine that I have, and it's just not going to cut it anymore. I want to really master the guitar, like really, really master this thing, and that I think I'm going to get as advertised with if I keep staying up with this. I've been building these exercises up to speed. Some of them you don't have to get to really high speeds. It's just an exercise that's there to make a point, but I still try to, like eating a chicken leg, you want to get every little piece of meat you can out from between the bone. I love chicken. That's my favorite food. And, this is what I've been working on. And maybe I'll take my death metal, like gore grind stuff in a more technical direction, like technical gore grind death metal or something. Give it more of a guitar virtuoso flair and not struggle every time when I sit down to record stuff, because I'm refreshed and practiced and up to par with my chops and all that good stuff. Really enjoying this so far. I'm going to keep going through my book. Maybe next week I'll have something, maybe a cleaner recording. But this week just was busy. I worked 6 days and I had a huge list of things to do. Still got to do some laundry or whatever, just life. So this is what I got, because I'm still trying to stick to my YouTube goal of having 1 video a week. This is all I could really do this week. So I figured I'd at least show you this infinite shred method. I'm going to print out a different cover and so some of the actual graphics, and get all the so there's all the exercises and whatnot. Just going to keep going through this bit by bit, because when you get your mind set to something and you want it bad enough, you'll get it. Whoops, dropped my pen, and this is a kitten's cage, by the way. I've got the kitty down here. Anyways, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's not like highest, best quality, but all I can do is a sloppy iPhone thing right now. So anyways, take care.